It's a nice open area right there. Here's the view from the top. Would you like 40 acres of land with 26 of the 40 being completely flat? This would be also great for cattle if you want to do a cattle ranch or a home site, or just a ranch with animals and no cattle, maybe horses instead. Lots of possibilities here. Welcome to Mountain Valley Real Estate, where you get to virtually walk the property with me so you can get a superior boots on the ground feel for the property. If you are new here, welcome. This is Mountain Valley Real Estate. I am John. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. You won't miss out on any videos that way. This is 40 acres for $125,000. Owner financing is not available. This property is located in Anderson, California, only 30 minutes from Redding, California. The elevation is 520 feet and goes up to about 700 feet. There are two ways to the property, one for each end of the property. One's a dirt road needing some high ground clearance, and the other is paved. Beginning of the property, basically where the pink tape is on that fence. So it's all on the left hand side of this road. This is paved Ash Creek Road. There's a little bridge, and there's a creek going under it and traveling along the frontage of the property. This is a seasonal creek. So the property's all on the left. If you look to the right, you'll see this rock wall. Neighbor did that for a long ways. This area has a lot of surface rock. I'll discuss more of that later. So it is fenced along the frontage here with barbed wire. It does front another road called Aoudad, and you can drive in that way. There's no barbed wire that way. But it is a dirt road, so you'll need a higher ground clearance. It's only about 7/10 of a mile off this paved road. There is cattle running around on this property, other properties, adjoining properties. It is open range, so it's cattle friendly. If you want to build a house or something, you could fence off areas where you don't want the cattle to be. You can see some of the marks in the grass from the cattle running around. And you already saw the cattle in the beginning of the video anyway. A little seasonal creek is up here. So you can get a good idea of the rock here. And this is totally common in this area. It's a nice open area right there. So the topography is pretty nice in the beginning here, and then it'll start to go uphill. It's not super steep or anything, but I'm going to start walking uphill. When you get to the very top of the hill, there's about 26 acres that's completely flat up there. And I'll walk around up there as well. I'm mostly on the right-hand border of the property as I walk up here. So most of the property be on the left-hand side here. So this area of this property is located on the east side of Interstate 5. It is off-grid. There's no power nearby. So there's lots of room for solar. Lots of open areas. Be great for that. So as far as the surface rock goes here that you see, I had told you it's typical for this area, but what you probably don't know, and I didn't know some of this either for a while, but the rock is from Mount Tehama when it erupted about 600,000 years ago, which I thought was pretty fascinating. 600,000 years ago. Here's the view from the top, or just about the top. A little bit of glare from the sun right there pointed at me. It's a little better view. So the zoning for the property is limited residential, and it has a 40-acre minimum, so you can't split the property up at this time. Maybe someday in the future. But limited residential is basically low-density rural residential living. That's the very top right there. Maybe chop some trees down, you get a really good view there. Okay, so this is the red X on the property and the red line going to it, or dotted line. That's where I walked up, and then I'm going to go along the green arrow with the green dots to get to that property where the Aoudad road fronts it right there, which is 7/10 of a mile. And then I'm going to walk to the left along the road frontage. So here I am up on top where I said it's all flat. So like I said, I think it's around 26 acres. Okay, so right here, some deer remnants. At least that's what it looks like to me. Alright, so property taxes. A lot of questions on that sometimes. So here in Shasta County they are, oh, there's a bone. Not sure whose that was. Hopefully they don't need it anymore. Anyway, property taxes, 1% of the assessed value per year. This is the road. I'm going to walk down this way and mark where it has the property frontage, basically right around the property corner area. I wanted you to see what the road looks like. There's a few spots where you need high ground clearance, so you'll see it a little further up here. And back to that surface rock, lava rock. It's I think people were also selling it in the past to LA area or something. I guess people were wanting it. I don't know how it is today as far as value of it, or landscape company. Maybe you can sell it to them if you want to. But if you notice, some areas don't have a lot of it on the property. There's some areas where it's like just not that much of it. In other areas has a lot of it. So I think it's right about here. The corner is, so the property be straight back and on the right. So you will need, if you're going to develop the property, a well and a septic system, which means you'll need a perk test done before you get the septic. And the wells, from what I've heard, are really good. You just have to drill deep, like 400 feet, something like that. You can talk to a well driller to get more info on it. Each property is different, and every area where you drill is going to be a little different, but that's what I've heard in the past, so take it with a grain of salt, but that's the basics. And the property is fenced partially on that right side, which you'll see near that corner area. Neighbor put up a fence. There is a gate at the beginning of this road, but it's not locked. And there's a cattle guard to keep the cattle from going in the street. So here's the neighbor's fence. So the property would be, you know, to the left of the fence and to the right of the road here, the way you're looking at it right now. And that's about it for this property. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or leave a comment below. All right. See you guys on the next video. Take care.